Sugar is in everything nowadays, but the world of beverages has just hit another extreme. The phrase, diabetes in a cup, has become a meme, which started after fast food workers posted some of these absolutely diabolical drinks that people have been ordering. And when you are watching these videos of the people making these drinks, you have this sort of visceral reaction to it, and then also at the same time, maybe a part of you is like, hold on, is this all being done for the views? Like maybe this is some sort of joke or fake concoction to make people riled up, right? But if you start looking around at the other slightly less crazy versions of these drinks, people have generally started to conflate the word coffee with dessert in a lot of cases. The nutritional information on the website that you can find for Starbucks and Dunkin and stuff do not paint a nice picture. These drinks, even on the menu, are not healthy and should not be drank in a habitual way. A lot of people have taken things into their own hands, I suppose, by creating their own versions and finding and copying other recipes that they see on TikTok, and the results are terrifying. And look, I understand that it's easy to see something like this and totally dismiss it as just another crazy American consumerist doom spiral into obesity, because that's definitely what it is. But there is also this weird side of this story where, parallel to this super sugary trend, we have the zero sugar trend, right? We have all of these weird, supposedly healthy pops and sodas that people are now drinking more and more, while we have dirty sodas gaining in popularity. So what is going on? Great question. Let's talk about it. Today's video, like all of our videos, is made possible by our Patreon community. If you want to support what we do, we have a very low priced tier on there, specifically to give you the opportunity to support what we do for a very small fee, like less than half of the price of one of these gigantic drinks that we're talking about in this video. So check that out down below. So let's first clarify that super sugary drinks that come in a plastic cup that you can probably objectively tell is just not good for you is not a new idea. But there is a lot more of them now, and they're getting more and more common because of the internet. And so here we are talking about it because humans have an inability to do nothing when they see something that is bad for them. Like they see something bad and they just have to do it. It seems to be baked into our wiring. Like I recently saw some videos of people in the squirrel suits jumping off of cliffs. That's the thing you can do. People do that willingly, and they die all the time. It's like not an uncommon stat for wingsuit people to die. They're sponsored by Red Bull. And weirdly, there's actually Red Bull in Crumble Cookie's first ever dirty soda release, which got an insane amount of backlash. Mainly because on top of the energy drink wasn't even the concern here. It had 186 grams of sugar and 840 calories for a single drink. But there are a lot more people drinking these insane beverages than there are people hurling themselves off of cliffs and leotards with webbing in between. So let's try to understand why with a little road trip, because secretly, I'm kind of curious. So we are going to go to Starbucks. I have not been to Starbucks in memory, but we're gonna go there and we are going to get a Twix Frappuccino. It's a secret menu item that Lou found for me to try. It should be fun. So according to this Harvard Health article, apparently eating a lot of sugar is not good for you for a variety of health reasons, but humans and mostly Americans are eating way too much sugar, and a lot of the added sugar that is being added to their diet is coming from sugary drinks. And then just sort of like a bonus on top of this, I found an article that said that there's research that proves that hotter weather leads to more sugary drink consumption. And that is also great because climate change is making hotter weather more consistent and common for most people, including myself. It's freaking 32 degrees inside my car right now. So basically what we're saying is that the crazy drinks of today are just made less crazy because there is already an absurdly high bar of sugary drink established as the norm, right? Anyway, we're here, so let's go order this thing. I'm gonna get a caramel frappuccino.
Yeah, what size?
maybe not like quite the biggest one.
Like our medium size.
Yeah, let's go with that. And we're gonna get 2 pumps of hazelnut syrup, Java chips, extra caramel, plus a mocha drizzle on top of the whipped cream.
Perfect. And do you know if the extra caramel is extra of the drizzle on top or extra caramel syrup blended in?
I don't know. Maybe it goes on the inside of the cup or something?
On the inside of the cup, we can do that, yeah.
Yeah, that's how that goes?
Sure.
Okay.
Levi?
Thank you. There it is. Now this and all these other beverages that are viral right now are extreme, but they're only kind of possible because the standard is so crazy already. Like a standard caramel macchiato that this is based on has way too much sugar in it and way too many calories for any person to indulge in on a regular basis. This now, because of the internet, just makes it even crazier. Let's taste it. Oh my God, that was mostly caramel. Oh God, it's all settled down at the bottom. See how it's all just pooling down there? I gotta get some mid stuff here. Okay, once your body gets used to the sugar, it's not quite such an assault. It's actually kind of almost good now. Like once you get over the amount of sugar that's in it, it becomes more palatable, which is maybe the problem. Now, the craziest thing that we're gonna talk about later in this video is that like there's this trend going on with these crazy sugary beverages, but at the same time, you've probably also seen those new 0 sugar pops and energy drinks and everything, right? Like this has come up at the same time as so-called functional sodas have, which are supposed to be like healthy pop, basically. Also, this thing was $8 with a tip. I felt genuinely bad that she had to make this thing for me. She was not even remotely fazed by this order. She was like, yeah, and like caramel, is that like an extra caramel shot or do you want that like in the cup itself? And I was like, I don't know, I guess it goes around the cup itself. And she was like, yeah, that sounds good. like at no point are they like, that's a questionable choice, sir. Oh my gosh. You guys, that was crazy. Let's get you up off your knees.
What?
And you can...
I'm not that desperate for it.
Oh my God! Jesus Lord.
What?
Okay, so this is a caramel macchiato, but modified to be a Twix caramel macchiato.
So
okay, we're gonna go
Hold on,
hide.
no,
Let's go. We'll run downstairs and we'll go hide, and you start counting.
2 hazelnut, 3 frap chips, mocha drizzle.
Okay, wait till we're at the bottom. Oh my God, he's so fast.
Oh my God, that's one of the sweetest things I've ever
Yeah,
had.
you probably got the bottom. You gotta stir it up a bit.
That was worse.
Dirty sodas are a new drink category pioneered by the Mormons of Utah that basically involves mixing various pops and drinks with cream and sugar and basically anything sweet that you could possibly imagine. We actually could make a whole video about this phenomenon because the whole Mormon aspect of it is very, very interesting to me. Anyways, these are the carbonated super sweet drinks. And then there is the uncarbonated super sweet drinks, which are the ones that we're talking about off the top. The coffee, supposedly coffee-based beverages from Starbucks and Dunkin and other fast food places that look weirdly AI generated, like they all sort of look the same. These 2 different types of drinks are booming in popularity and share one very interesting quality, which is the ability to build it yourself. This ability to customize the drink orders at dirty soda shops like Swig and the sort of Wild West of secret menus that you see at Starbucks and Dunkin has created the beast that we are talking about today. Now, I personally cannot say that soda culture in Utah directly influenced the secret menus at Starbucks because that's a thing that was going on before dirty sodas became popular, but Starbucks has now released an official secret menu on their app store just as of last year. So that means pretty much that I'm right. So that's why you're subscribed. Remember, it's because your boy's on the money. He's on the pulse. Actually, to be fair, Lou Lou wrote that section of the script. She figured all that out. So actually, Lou is right. Lou is right. That is, if we can write it down, can we get it somewhere in stone? Lou is right. So I actually got to try some of these dirty sodas when I was in Utah a couple of years ago, and it was actually not as gross as I expected it to be. First of all, this is the lineup that's getting into the soda shop, which is in the back of this barber shop apparently. With your soda beverage, you can also buy cookies, which is really interesting. And then while you're at it, you can do your missionary donation, I guess.
What?
Look
There's
at
a real
that.
rhyme in it.
That looks kind of crazy. Wow, that actually, I hate to admit how good that tastes. But since my visit, the industry has exploded. The success of Swig has birthed a whole slew of other brands and companies selling these dirty beverages. Starbucks has launched their customizable refreshers that allow you to not only pick your flavor combinations, but also add shots of caffeine and vitamins. But I would say that this is actually the less crazy end of the spectrum. Because while these drinks are sweet, like nobody's gonna say that a dirty soda is not sweet, what we need to talk about is the drink phenomenon known as diabetes in a cup. So this phrase, diabetes in a cup, is like a colloquialism online. It's like a meme at this point. If you want to know more about this specifically, Kiana Docherty, I think is her name. She's a fellow Canadian content creator that we've followed for a little while. She explains this phenomenon very well, and you should check her out. Support Canadian creators, because we're the best ones, usually, in my experience. Very basically, these are just drinks with an absurd amount of additional sugars and syrups added to a standard order. And it got the name because workers at Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks would post the craziest drinks that they would see on their shift to social media with the caption, "Diabetes in a cup." So I've seen a lot of these videos now in the research process for making the script, but I found this video because I didn't want to show you just one of the more viral ones because it may or may not be staged. This is like kind of more on the normal end of the spectrum, and it is still baffling to watch. So it begins with him putting the sugar in the bottom of the cup like they do when they're trying to show you how much sugar is actually in a drink, like as a warning. Like remember they would do this with Coca-Cola? They'd be like, this is how much sugar is in a Coca-Cola, as like a warning. And this is just literally how they make the drinks. So he makes this whole drink, which is so gross on his own. Like he has to like really work to mix it all up. And then at the end, he literally puts in a splash of coffee. Like these are drinks technically under like a coffee label. Like this is technically what they're about. A lot of them don't even have coffee in them at all. They have like a coffee syrup instead of real coffee. So that's a whole other thing. But this comment on the side truly got me. This is crazy. How do you know that this is exactly what you want? Because this is a very specific order. Like this is not something that was just sort of created on a whim. This is calculated. Somebody's done the work to figure out that this is what they like, which means that they've been ordering it over and over and over again over the course of time. Because let's be honest also, I want to clarify, like if you want to have one of these absolutely insane beverages every now and then, sure, like go for it. You live your own life, you know, but when you are drinking them consistently, like a treat is one thing, but if you're drinking this like every day or like multiple times per week, I think you may have a sugar addiction. You may have a problem. And I know that talking about health issues is a very sensitive subject, but when it comes to the diabetes in a cup meme, at least it is pointing out a pretty severe issue that we have surrounding sugar consumption in North America. Because I said off the top, there's sugar in everything, but this is a particularly bad situation because apparently there's too much sugar in people's diets and a lot of it comes from drinks. I genuinely could not imagine being diabetic or pre-diabetic nowadays because there has never been more sugary drinks for you to try and avoid. Can you imagine the daily mental math that you would have to go through to figure out if your coffee or juice refresher is going to send your blood sugar numbers to friggin' Jupiter? I do not wish that for myself. I sympathize with anybody who has to deal with that. Now this is all weird, right? This is weird. But what makes it even weirder is the seemingly conflicting trend going on at exactly the same time. We have dirty sodas, and then we have functional sodas going viral at the same time. But as we were discussing on a brainstorm for this video, Matthew pointed out that this is kind of the ideal scenario for companies because it creates a consumerism feedback loop.
Is there like a dialectic sort of commentary on how stratified health and wellness products are from these like sugary products, and how Starbucks can at the same time sell these super sugary drinks and also sell the 32-gram protein lattes?
I was thinking of something like that with the whole zero sugar thing that we're seeing, like the functional sodas and the zero sugar energy drinks and all that. Like, it is kind of weird that we're seeing like a huge boom in like functional sodas and all those wellness drinks, and then also dirty sodas at the same time. Like, it seems like those are opposite stories, but they're being promoted by the same companies.
I think the big question to explore would be, are these two products, the zero sugar products and the 180 grams of sugar products, are these two products being sold to different people, or is the same person buying the 0 gram sugar product and then they're also buying the 180 gram sugar product? They're just doing this like, oh, next month I'll see some commercial or some TikTok that convinces me to drop all this zero sugar bullshit and embrace my 180 gram sugar lifestyle. The month after that, they're saying, I've had way too much sugar, I'm going back to Poppy and
it's
Olipop.
the shame loop. It's the shame loop. They go,
yes,
I can't keep eating this, but I'm so desperate for some sugar right now. I'm going to get a 0 sugar pop. And then they drink that thinking that they're good.
And if you can close the loop in the same drive-through, if you can do this all at a Starbucks.
If you overeat a whole bunch, you typically are going to try and fast the next day, right? Like, that's the human mind going, I've done too much. Okay, so now I got to go over here. But then you fast, which means you're fucking starving. So then when you do finally eat again, you overeat and you binge because you're starving. And then you're binged again. And so you go back and that swing is so good for consumerism, because it just means that if you own both sides of that spectrum, you have people bouncing back and forth like a ping pong ball, and they're buying into extremes on both sides, which usually means more money, which usually means higher price tags, which means more dollars for them. There is no irony lost here on the fact that the whole sugary drink trend was sort of born in Mormonism that sees other stimulants as a sin, right? These drinks represent two very different sides of our human psyche, and the massive success of these drinks just proves how well this dichotomy works. If you feel shame about one thing, you are very likely to sort of pendulum swing to purchase on the other end of that spectrum. And sadly, there's a lot of people with very complicated relationships with sugar and food in general who feel themselves getting ping-ponged back and forth in between these extremes. If you want to hear about the rising popularity of dirty sodas, maybe we will make something like that. I'm not sure. We've talked about functional sodas in another episode, so you could check that out now. But if you subscribe, and you're a part of our little community here, you'll see us every single week. And if we do make that video in the future, you'll be the first to know about it. Great deal. Good chat. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Formed in all of these ways because there's so much drama around it. And Patagonia has nothing to gain from this. They are literally just trying to protect their trademark in the like most basic level that they possibly can. Like they don't want to fight her. They just want this to be over with.
The idea behind it also, like the whole defending the trademark thing, is that she has sold, I'm pretty sure, merch that has used a very similar logo to the Patagonia logo in parody.